Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another WIA Weekly Windup, where we meet you here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern to share a little bit about what we have going on within the Women in Analytics and Data Connect community. I have a couple of really specific Data Connect conference, both West Coast and our Ohio-based one as well. Just a couple of announcements around that. Things we've certainly talked about before, but we have some deadlines coming up. So I want to make sure that everyone is aware of all the opportunities that are available for these two events. So let me share my screen here and we will just jump right in. The first one I want to share is around our West Coast event. So if you go to dataconnectconf.com, this is our new homepage. It's got a little bit of information around our past events, our two upcoming conferences here. We've got our Portland one coming up May 8th, which is coming soon. It's happening quickly. So if you're interested in joining us for that, we'll dive into a couple of opportunities around how to be engaged with our West Coast event. And then we'll jump right into our Columbus event as well. And again, if you keep scrolling, you can learn a little bit more about just our events in general. But if you're looking to dive into each one individually, you can find those here or up at the top here in these tabs. So like I mentioned, our West Coast event is coming up May 8th in Portland. We will be hosting it at the Hyatt downtown that's attached to the convention center. More information around that location. We have a hotel block there as well. So if you're planning on joining us and need to stay overnight, you have the ability to do so. You can find that information on this website here. Agendas for both events are coming soon, so stay tuned there. We've got finally all of our speakers wrapped up for our West Coast event, narrowing in really quickly on finalizing those last few speakers for our Columbus event as well. And then we will be loading those to the website shortly, so you'll have an idea of exactly what we have planned for this year. If you're interested in kind of just seeing what those agendas have looked like previously, both events have our last year's agendas on the website still. And that is just a really good indicator of the variety of speakers we have, variety of topics that we're covering. And like I mentioned, we're working on finalizing those last few important elements of the agendas for these next two events before we post them on the website. So you can expect those before the end of the month. I do want to talk a little more strategically around DCC West. We have actually a scholarship opportunity available for this event, which is incredible. We're really excited to be working with Willamette University to provide a student scholarship this year. So if you are a student interested in attending our West Coast event in Portland on May 8th, you have an opportunity to apply for this scholarship. You will receive a conference ticket to the DCC West event. And if you are out of state, you will also receive a one-night accommodation at the Hyatt Regency in Portland. We do a breakfast in the morning as well, so that the sponsor has an opportunity to connect with the students have an opportunity to connect with one another. So if you are interested, this is a great way to make this event a little more affordable. If you go to, like I mentioned, there's this drop-down tab up here. Sorry, I moved through it really quickly before I even explained what was happening. So if you drop down into this DCC West section, scholarships, that will take you to this page here. You can learn a little bit more about that scholarship. So this one in particular is open to students, and you do have to be able to provide proof of your enrollment, and it's at the time of application. So even if you are, graduating shortly after the event in May, you can certainly still sign up to potentially receive one of these scholarships. The application's really easy, just a little bit of information around you, your degree level, what you're working on, and then just explaining what you love about being in the industry and what you've learned so far, why you're interested in attending the West Coast event, and a couple of other links if you would like to provide them as well. And that just really helps the team at Willamette decide who they would like to bring to the event. So it's just a one-page little document here. We just ask a couple of different things. And then that application is open till April 5th. So we've got a little less than a month until this application closes. Again, this is for the student scholarship for our West Coast event. So if you are interested in learning more, you can check this out. If you have any additional questions around the scholarship itself, you can reach out to us at info@womeninanalytics.com, and we'll do our best to help you out. And then on the Data Connect Ohio side of things, let me click in there really quick. We are working on wrapping up, again, like I mentioned, our speakers for this year. So our speaker application closes. We extended it a couple of weeks. The call for speakers closes this Thursday, the 14th. So if you have been considering submitting to our Ohio event, you still have a little bit of time to do so. These are just a couple of our incredible speakers that we've locked in so far. If you're interested in seeing who else is going to be there, you can click on the speakers tab, scroll through all of those. We've got lots of folks joining us. I do want to note there are also multiple pages to this. So if you are wanting to see kind of the full picture, make sure you click on this next button, and then we will be continuing to add folks to this. Like I mentioned, we're finalizing, got a lot of interviews this week for speakers, and then the application is open until this Thursday, March 14th. And then with this event as well, as we wrap those things up, we're working on getting an agenda on the website, so that'll be coming soon. If you are interested in just checking out variety of speakers and topics, you can check out last year's agenda, which is still available on the website. We also have recently launched 3 of our 4 workshops, still working on the 4th one. Stay tuned there. But we have 3 of those announced here. If you have already purchased a workshop ticket, we will be in touch with you around which workshop you would like to take. And then there will be a 4th one popping up shortly as well, hopefully before the end of the month, if not first week of April. But if any of these are jumping out to you already, you have the ability to register for them now. So you can go into the register button. There is also one down here at the bottom once you've read through all of these. And you have a couple of different options around workshops. So if you have not yet purchased your conference pass, we do offer a combo pass, which gets you access to both days of the event on Thursday and Friday, as well as the pre-conference workshops on Wednesday. So you'll be looking at the combo pass pricing here. We are currently in round 3. So again, this is all 3 days of the event in theory. You have access to pre-conference workshops Wednesday and then the full event Thursday and Friday. Yes, we are in round 3 until April 30th, and then we will jump to our last round of pricing. So if you are interested, this is the best pricing you have the opportunity to lock in. We jump by over $100 for the regular combo pass during that last round. So highly would recommend locking in that workshop combo pass in this round before April 30th. If you have already purchased your your in-person conference pass and are looking to add a workshop, we do have the ability for you to do that here. During the registration process, you would just click workshop only and pay for the workshop separately. You could also, if you were interested in like attending the workshop only and not going to the conference itself, we do again sell the workshop only pass, so that's an option. If you're interested in attending like the rest of the conference virtually but are able to attend in person for the workshops, that's great too. You can kind of mix and match those options for yourself. We are also engaging in our payment plans this year as well. So not everything is available via the payment plan, but both the in-person conference passes and the combo passes are available for the payment plan. Basically, you can check out the breakdown here. You would decide, do I want to attend, just with the regular pass, or am I interested in the combo pass? Once you've made a decision, you can click on that. It breaks down that payment into 6 really easy monthly payments. There are no fees. There are no interest. You'll just pay that like first payment when you sign up for it, and then it'll automatically pull it out of your account every month. So if you're interested in checking out and seeing when those payments are coming out of your account, when they're due, you can pull up this little section here and it'll show you exactly what that schedule looks like. It'll also email you a copy of that as well. So you can kind of plan for that a little more strategically. Just a couple of basic pieces of information here. And then our registration team will reach out. This is noted up at the top here. But our registration team will reach out within a week just to make sure that you're all signed up on like the event back end of things. So they're two different systems, which I know can sometimes get a little confusing, but you'll pay for it through Pay then. And then we'll reach out to you directly to make sure that you're actually registered for the event. Particularly if you are signing up for one of the workshops as well, we'll define at that time which workshop you're interested in attending. And if you're also interested in waiting until we launch that fourth one, you certainly have the opportunity to do so. We've got about 30 seats in each workshop, and lots of 4 great options to pick from this year. We've historically only offered 2, and we are offering 4 this year, which is great. Kind of the last thing, I guess 2 more things to mention. We are launching our startup showcase again this year. That application is open as well. If you are not familiar with the startup showcase, it's just a really great opportunity for early stage companies to kind of showcase what they're working on and what they're putting together. You have the opportunity to do a really quick pitch on stage at the event. We have a panel of VCs, as well as Sadie St. Lawrence, who I know is launching a VC organization as well at some point, if she hasn't already, but she will be moderating the session as well. So you'll get some really great feedback from some folks in the industry, and the opportunity to kind of showcase to the audience what your team's working on, what you're putting together, where you're hoping to go. You'll have lots of benefits to pitching at the event as well. So those are all listed here. And then if you are interested in signing up for that, the application is down here at the bottom. That does close April 1st. So we're coming up really quickly on that deadline. So again, if you are interested in pitching the Startup Showcase, you have the opportunity to do so at this year's event. So we would love to hear from you. That pitch will happen on July 11th. Your team will also have access to the rest of the event as well. So if you're wanting to hang around Friday or attend the full event on Thursday, you have the ability to do so. And then lastly, we announced our DataViz competition top 10 last week or the week before, I can't remember. With that, we do have them all uploaded to the website. So to give some context around this event, if you have not been able to tune into it before, or if this is the first time you're hearing about it, we offer this annual DataViz competition, which is one of my favorite parts of the event. I think it's so fun to see what people put together and all the different tools that they're using and the data that they're trying to tackle and organize and make really consumable, which is excellent. So we get hundreds of applications in every year. Our team from Apexon helps us narrow those down into a top 10. We have a pretty strategic rating system around creativity and consumability and all of those different things that we're rating these on. We score them and break them down into a top 10, which is what we have announced now. So our top 10 are live on the website, and you get to vote. So that's, I guess, kind of why I'm sharing this is our top 10 are available on the website. Highly encourage you to click through all of these. With this, you just get a really brief overview of the medium, the author, what the kind of goal is. If you click into view entry, you will be taken to the page where you can actually interact with each one of these as well. And then once you've had an opportunity to explore all 10 of these, you can cast your vote. So when you cast your vote, you'll be asked to just pick your favorite. You can hit submit, and then that will be announced. Let me see. There's a timeline down here at the bottom. Virtual voting will be closed on the 26th, and we will have those announced by Monday, the 29th. And then those top 5 get an opportunity to join us at the event in person. So we take care of conference ticket. We take care of hotel stay. We do have a travel stipend as well. So a really great opportunity to join us at the event. So we're at the stage where the virtual voting has opened. So highly encourage you to kind of flip through these, select your favorite, and help these teams win an opportunity to come to the event. So stay tuned on socials as well, working on just curating some different announcements and some opportunities for folks to kind of show a little more strategically what they've been working on. Last year, we did some live streams as well, so we plan to do the same thing here. And we're looking forward to chatting with these folks individually and getting to know a little bit more about the business that they put together. So that is I think the final thing I wanted to share, again, just to kind of wrap things up, we've got a scholarship available for our West Coast event for students. We have our agendas for both events coming soon. We have our startup showcase. So if you're interested in applying for that, that application is open as well. And then the DataViz competition, we've narrowed it down to the top 10, and now we need your help virtually to decide on those top 5 who are going to join us at the conference. So that is, I know that that was not all. I've talked for 15 minutes straight about some of the initiatives that we have going on, but lots of deadlines coming up, lots of due dates coming up. So I want to make sure that we hit on those strategically. And yeah, our like I mentioned, our round 3 tickets are at that price point until April 30th. So if you're interested in coming to our West Coast event only has one price point, but the date is coming up really quickly. So if you are interested in joining us, highly encourage you to register for that one. And then if you're interested in joining us for our Columbus event, we do a tiered ticketing option for that one. So that one is going to jump April 30th, and it'll jump, the regular ticket itself is jumping a little over $100. So pretty significant increase there. If you are interested in joining, would highly recommend purchasing before that April 30th, just to save the most amount of money. And then we talked about payment plans briefly as well. So if you are just now tuning in, we are offering payment plans. I've walked through it throughout the video. So if you're interested in replaying this, you have the ability to do so. Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today, and we'll see you next week.